Hi guys, it's me, Anthony Craig here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another video I'm going to be doing a sad news / confusion video, 2-in-1 video, but this time around that is, of course. Cause guys, I have some sad news to tell y'all about that conversation is. My sad news is y'all, my sad news is my grandma Helen Van Loon has been passed away. Back in January 27th, 2024, because of due of her painfulness and such a thing like that, of course. She is not feel painful anymore, and she's in heaven for good and forever for sure of her life. Constantly. This is serious, people, so rest in peace. So rest in peace to my grandma Helen Van Loon. By March 27th, 1938 through January 27th, 2024, that is, instantly, of course. Her birthday was March 27th, 1938. She was born in Allegan Township, which is located over there at Allegan, Michigan back then. Yeah, my grandma Helen was very older woman, person enough. Another bit for sure nowadays, of course. This is crazy, you guys. I cannot believe that my grandma Helen Van Loon has been passed away completely. And her wife is passed away as well anyway. Which is all special thanks to my sister Nikki St. Morris about that conversation. Sadness there, so yeah. That's part of my sadness news about my grandma Helen Van Loon on. And basically to me though, I do know her throughout many years ago later, and basically Helen Van Loon used to be my grandparent all along. As part of to be my grandma throughout over the years that I do know her, and I do know Helen Van Loon, that I simply do know her. That I simply do know her nowadays. A lot, for sure, so yeah. Literally. Excuse me there. So that's my sadness about. So that's basically my sadness mumbling conversation about Helen Van Loon, my grandma of mine, all on that is. I'm gonna be really missing her very, very much. For this year, for more often, nowadays. As I did usually post it about her rest in peace. Of the old year / New Year, that is, as I put on dates of a birth to her, that is, which I've already posted about rest in peace, about Helen Van Loon, which I recently just did posting about her on my YouTube community tab and my Facebook page as well nowadays. And I'm about to miss her very, very much for good. And I just heard it my sister Nikki about her all on. This is serious for real, you guys. Which means, you guys, I do have funeral. Which means, in the meantime now, y'all, I do have funeral home party coming up soon. Which I do have funeral home party at my sister Nikki's hometown at Buchanan, Michigan, that she lived in over there at her house and stuff like that. Of course, it was one of their funeral Buchanan home community peoples out there is gonna be having their funeral home party to Grandma Helen Van Loon. That's coming up soon by starting this Sunday. By starting this Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. through 4 p.m. of a duo of the visiting with the funeral to follow us out there and stuff like that, of course. As that, anyway. This is serious, you guys. I knew one of my people is gonna be having their funeral service party celebration to the Helen Van Loon, my oldest grandma of mine, all on when I used to meet her throughout over the years later, and she used to be my grandma, to be my grandparent, to be my grandparents a lot of many years ago back then when I was kid years ago, throughout over the years to myself there back then, nowadays. And basically, to me though, I was born in February 17th, 1995, somewhere at Billion Springs, Michigan, that I used to be born in over there with inside of my mom, Bonnie Craig's body, that is, when I usually born into her body years ago back then, that is. Which I don't usually meet Grandma Helen Van Loon until I was born in at it. When I was born in to be myself a baby at it. For the first place back in February 17th, 1995, when I was born in back then, that is. Inside of my mother's body all on to myself there, that is, when I was such a baby around. And what I was usually born in back then. Back in February 17th, 1995, that is, of course. Cause I'm telling ya, y'all, my birthday is coming up soon on February 17th every year, and that's gonna be happening to it from now on and for good forever, then. I just know it, you guys. I knew that I was born in February 17th, 1995, inside of my mother's body, that is, when I was such a baby around to myself there years ago back then. As part of my date of birth about it back then exactly. Of course. And speaking of funeral service home party for Grandma Helen Van Loon, y'all, I'm afraid my mother, Bonnie Craig, and Ken is gonna have to taking their vacation to somewhere at Ohio to celebrating the outdoor park somewhere to be happening this Monday for February 5th, 2024, which that's where my parents are going to be at it over there. By taking their vacation over there by starting either this Sunday evening to them or tomorrow, or either this Monday morning for sure, or any of those things like that. To my mother, Bonnie Craig, and Ken, itself of them, of course. Which I just heard my sister Nikki about what my parents are going to be to do consequences about Helen Van Loon, my oldest grandma of mine, sooner or later, since my grandma Helen Van Loon has been passed away completely. Already back in January 27th, 2024 nowadays, as that, of course. And yes, my mother, Bonnie Craig, was completely her sobbing of her emotional about Grandma Helen Van Loon all along. She has been lost her completely, and my mother was completely emotional to herself a lot lately. She cannot take it anymore already there, and she just had to get her off her chest here and stuff like that completely for good. She just had no choice, y'all. Because my mother, Bonnie Craig, loves Grandma Helen Van Loon of mine so much. And basically, Helen Van Loon used to be Bonnie Craig's mother, that is. I just knew it all on, guys. Big time. Yeah, my mother, Bonnie Craig, was completely unhappy about it. On why Helen Van Loon has been passed away. Back in January 27th, 2024 to her completely. In which her body was passed it out away and ceased in heaven for good. So that's my sad news conversation about her, guys. That's basically what my sad news confusion about Helen Van Loon, my oldest grandma of mine, all on that is. To her, of course. When I used to know her throughout many years ago, and she used to be my grandma a lot of years later back then. Until all of a sudden, right after what's happening to her lately. Of her body and stuff like that. For what ended up costing her to get her a lot of faithful penis. A lot lately. Cause basically people, I believe Helen Van Loon is either 85 years old later or either 86 years old later for this year. Just want to be honest, what Helen Van Loon was her year oldest and stuff like that, of course. As far as I'm guessing to her about it, so yeah, on what, how does she year oldest and stuff like that, and how many number of years old to her that is, whatever that means. Whatever that means, me quietly mumbling about her anyway, so, yeah. So guys, this is going to be happening this Sunday and Monday for my parents in which I'm afraid one of my parents are not going to be able to online with you guys online in my house here, which means because that means you guys, I might have to go somewhere to take myself vacation to hang out by somebody else. Sooner or later, by starting this Sunday through Monday, which that means you guys, I may not get able to be around in my house with you guys on 9%, cause I don't know if that would be necessary if anybody can be able to be hanging out with us around my house. Since one of my parents are going to be taking their vacation to Ohio by starting either this Sunday or Monday, what time for sure to them, which is which. Because those two of them are going to be going to be out of their towns, which is my parents, my mom, Bunny Craig, and Ken Owen, as that to them, of course. Which I just heard my sister Nikki about me, clapping me about those two of them, my parents, mine of them, that is, of course. To tell what those two of them are going to do about Helen Van Loon sooner or later, I just know it. I knew this is going to be happening coming up soon, guys. I'm just gonna have to go with it and get the heck deal with it and do exactly what my parents, my sister wants me to do from now on anyway. Just for to be go ahead to do some fun things to take good care of. To celebrating Helen Van Loon's wife and such a thing like that sooner or later as that. One of these days at it, of course. To whatever what the next days is gonna be happening to it this week, sooner or later as that, of course. Literally. So that means about that happening this Sunday and Monday, y'all. I may not get able to be around in my house with you guys to be around with you guys at all. Just in case if I do have coming vacation to hang out to somebody else's, which I am not gonna be spoiling it to you guys what I'm gonna be spending night somewhere else. To any of their hometowns, to some of my family members out there, at it for sure, that is, of course. This is serious, y'all. I knew my happening about Helen Van Loon is coming up soon by starting this Sunday and Monday for good. Which I may have no choice but to go out of town somewhere. And going to be spending the night by somebody else's, which I am not going to be spoiling it to you guys what I'm going to be going out of town and spending the night somewhere at. And stuff like that, of course. Cause 'Cause that is private all on you guys. I'm not gonna be spoiling it to you guys what I'm gonna be spending the night at. By anyone else's out there and stuff like that, since I'm not gonna be alone in my house. I may not gonna be alone in my house with you guys for a couple more days or what at it, of course. I'm not exactly sure what my parents and one of my family members are gonna be doing with me for this week. This Sunday and Monday, sooner or later, of a duo of a funeral service party invitation that's coming up soon to celebrating Helen Van Loon's wife. That's coming up soon by starting this Sunday and Monday of the next dates of them, of course. So that's gonna be my sad news / confusion about my happening that starts this Sunday through Monday, which I don't know how long I'm gonna be back home with you guys from the funeral home service party to celebrating my grandma Helen Van Loon's wife. Over there, that is. Since Helen Van Loon, my oldest grandma might have it, to her husband passed away to her completely. Back in January 27th, 2024, back then, that is, of course. Like I said before, as that, of course. For sure, obviously. People, literally. This is serious, you guys. I'm about to miss it. Helen Van Loon, my oldest grandma of mine, for good. So rest in peace to her. So rest in peace to her. So rest in peace to her. By March 27th, 1938 through January 27th, 2024, as that all on to her, of course. Cease and heaven all on after all. I could always be with her throughout many years ago, later, no matter what, people. She usually loved her, pretty much. She usually loved me so much. I mean to say it was. Excuse me, my mix-up saying about her, guys. I over talking, confusion, sadness too much here. Yeah, I don't want to do this sadness conversation staff meeting here about Helen Van Loon, yo, that I don't want to do this about her wife there, yo. But I'm like, you know what? I just had no choice to do this anyway. This is my choice, will do from now on. This is my only chance to give you guys sadness conversation about Helen Van Loon as part of my fun facts about her nowadays. That I just had no choice to get this off of my chest completely. As part of my sadness, disappointed about Helen Van Loon, my oldest grandma, my grandparent of mine of her, all along, that is, of course. This is unbelievable, you guys. I cannot believe my previous grandma husband passed away, which is Helen Van Loon, my oldest grandma of mine, that is. She used to be within my hometown throughout many years ago later, and plus, she also usually lived it in at her own houses in which she used to be lived it in throughout many years ago later back then. So many years ago to her back then. In which she used to be lived in her hometown of Waterloo, Michigan, of her White House over there and stuff like that. As part of Berrien County over there, she used to be lived in over there throughout many years ago later as that, of course. And then after that, over the years later, she also used to be lived in the nursing homes by any of their nursing homes, different locations over there, anytime, anywhere as that. Definitely as that afterwards. Which is throughout many years ago later back then. When does Helen Van Loon used to be lived in the nursing home since she obviously doesn't know how to take care of herself. And basically to her though, she overtaking losing her life completely. She completely old enough. As much of the older persons out there. To whichever the old persons used to be living their nursing homes a lot of many years ago back then, of course. Because this is serious about my grandma Helen, people. I do know her throughout many years ago later, and I met her when I was a little kid year old, or when I was such a baby years old later back then, when I was originally used to be born in 1995 years ago back then. I believe as that when I used to meet Helen Van Loon, which Helen Van Loon used to be my grandma as part of my grandparents all along as that I usually loved her and know her as that all along to myself. If I do say myself at that, confusing there, of course. So, unlike why you guys, since my grandma Helen has been passed away for good, forever for this year, then I'm afraid one of my family members just have no choice to do their funeral home party celebration to celebrating Helen's life for good. I'm afraid this is their only chances to get ready to do that sooner or later, one of these days, soon enough. That will be coming up soon, all along, guys. This is serious for real. By starting this Sunday for February 4th through Monday, February 5th, 2024, that one of my family members, some of them that I usually know them, is gonna be having their funeral home party celebration coming up soon. That's gonna be coming up soon, all on. To cheer up celebrating Helen's life, that will be coming up soon as well anyway. By starting this Sunday for February 4th through Monday, February 5th, 2024 of this year, that's coming up soon in about couple more days left to go, that is, of course. Yeah, one of my family members just have no choice to celebrating funeral service party to celebrating Howard's life for good. And that is that, of course. Period. So, I'm afraid one of my parents just have no choice to take their vacation to Ohio, just like for about a week or something like that. I'm not quite exactly sure. I am not quite exactly sure what one of my family members and my parents are going to be doing with me to take good care of me sooner or later, right after when funeral home service party should be coming up soon first is, and see how it goes. For sure, that is, of course. So I hope y'all could at least be walk to celebrating funeral home service somewhere at Buchanan, Michigan, where my sister Nikki lived it at her hometown over there. I'm afraid that's going to be happening over there this Sunday as part of my weekend off. That's going to be happening to it coming up soon, guys. I just know it. That's going to be my happening there. That will be coming up soon, as I mentioned that to y'all already about that conversation there. I just know it. And I just know it, you guys. Period. Excuse me there. Of me mumbling there, because I over talking a lot lately. That is. So, anyways, in the meantime now, that's all I came to say that. Sad news / confusion about Helen Van Loon as it today's dates for this time around, for this type of video of it, for today, for now then. And in the meantime now, I don't have anything else to say here. So in the meantime now, stay tuned for the next part, which will be part 2 then. So stay tuned for the next part, and see you there, guys. Stay tuned for part 2.